What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We have reached the finale of the Gauntlet Series for the Nothing Headphones 1. If you were with me throughout the whole thing, I appreciate you. If you're coming in late, I appreciate you too. This has been a lot of fun, but make sure if you're coming in late, make sure you go back to the beginning of this Gauntlet Series and catch all of the guys in the lineup that these headphones have faced. You'll enjoy those head-to-heads as well. So, in the finale, our final boss for these guys, and this one was largely recommended by subscribers. They wanted to see these guys go up against their opponent here in this finale, and that is the Noble FoKus Apollo headphones. Yes, I understand they cost they're a little bit more expensive than the Nothing headphones. However, they got asking about it, and I started thinking about it. And I said, I wonder how they would do in comparison to a headphone at this range and everything. So we're going to go ahead and run it in. If you go ahead and give me a like on that right now, so that way it helps the channel. So and as always, I'm losing my words here. If you want to see price specs and app breakdowns for each of these headphones, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. And I'll also leave links to where you can pick up one or both of these if you're interested. All right, so I'm ready to get on with this finale. I know you are too, so without further ado, let's get it. All right, we are back in. We are in the app. We're going to start off. We're in the Nothing app. We're going to start off with the headphones one, if I can get my words in order. I just want to quickly show you guys my settings here. We do have noise canceling turned on. I did turn off spatial audio for this because I wanted to use the bass enhancement feature. I have that set at level 4. All right, so that's what we're going to go with here. And also, if I can get that down, there we go. Here's my EQ settings as well. So we're going to go ahead and switch this over to, no, that's not what I wanted. All right, we'll switch that over to our music. We got our first song up. Let's go ahead and put the headphones on. We will switch the app over, or the camera's over rather. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get our pop-up in. All right, now I have these set to a certain EQ setting or a volume setting because they're naturally low-sounding headphones, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. So here we are. Song number 1, Nothing Headphones. Let's go ahead. Headphones 1. All right. Now that I have it at the volume level, I can get the sound that I want. I got nice clarity with the vocalist. Absolutely love how the background vocalists come in, filling in the rest of the space there. Nice and balanced. And they're getting all the nuance, the B's, the P's, and T's. The inhales and the exhale, her breathing rhythms. Sounds so good. I love the detail. Slight echoing, too. You picked that up. And again, the background vocalist sounds so clear. All right. Again, they're harmonizing now. They sound nice and balanced. All right. I done went over a little bit on that one, but man, they sound really, really clear. Absolutely liked it. Now that I have them at the volume level that I need. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these swapped out. We're going to get the FoKus Apollos paired up, and we'll see how they handle song number 1. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in. We got the Noble FoKus app up we got the Apollos paired up. I just want to quickly show you we have noise canceling turned on, or ANC turned on. We'll go ahead and take a look at my 10-band equalizer. Let me see. Well, here's my EQ settings right there. I know they had changed, but no, they didn't change it. So it's right there. There's my sound there. So we're going to go ahead with that. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I do have LDAC turned on for the FoKus Apollos. as well as the Nothing headphones. So that way they are using the high res codec there. So let's go ahead and get into our first song. Let's go ahead and put these guys on. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure we are. All right, we got that test going. Let's get the camera switch. All right, we are here. I'm standing up now. I have my elevated desk. I'm standing up. All right, so let's go ahead. Song number 1. Actually, let's check our volume level before I even go anywhere. All right, we have my preferred listening level here, right at the orange line. I keep looking at my monitors here. Forgive me for that. But all right, so here we are. Song number 1, FoKus Apollos. Let's get it. Okay, right off the bat, I like the clarity, but they sound a little low. And that soundstage is wide. The background vocalists sound really clean. Let's go ahead and turn this up a couple notches. There we go. Oh, yeah, perfect. Man, the clarity is phenomenal. Yeah, getting all the nuance, the inhale, the exhale, the enunciation, and the background vocalist comes in, even with the wide sound stage, they still fill in that space. Excuse me. And now they're harmonizing. Sounds so clear. All right, again, sound a little low, but once I got them to got them up to a volume level that I like, I like the clarity. I love the nuance that I was picking up. Nice wide sound stage, so it sounded like you were more or less in like a amphitheater. We had a wide stage in front of you. Really, really clean sound. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and check out song number 2. All right, we are back in for song number 2. You and That, E40 featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. We got the Nothing Headphones 1 on. Let's get our camera flip. All right, there we go. Let's get our cutaway. All right, here we go. Song number 2. Let's get it. All right, nice. I love that bass. I just wish these guys were. Anyway, I love the bass of these. That fadeaway is silk, absolute silk. The T-Pain coming in sounding very clear. Excuse me. That tinny sound on the auto-tune is smoothed out so it's not piercing. Very nice. Oh, I love that bass. Definitely clean. Let's turn this up. Okay. I went up to a higher level. I'm not at 100%, but the bass keeps its integrity. No more distortion. And that silk fade away. All right. E40 sounds nice and clear. All right. Let me pause that, man. I reiterate again, at higher volume levels, I was earlier on experiencing slight distortion with these headphones on, but now that seems to have self-corrected. I have not witnessed it or experienced it in the past few episodes of this Gauntlet Series. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this issue has been corrected. So again. But even at the higher volume levels, there was no distortion. It still the bass sounds smooth. The lyrics, again, the mids and highs stay nice and clear. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the Apollos here. All right, we do this in real time. We're going to back up the song. Let's make sure we locked in properly here. All right, we are locked in. Quick test. All right, here we go. Song number 2. I lost my train of thought again. Song number 2, FoKus Apollos. Let's get it. Okay. Good bass. Again, wider soundstage. And he has a planar magnetic driver in it. But I like the way the bass is. I just wish it was a little bit more brighter sound. Now T-Pain comes in, crystal clear. The auto-tune smoothed out, still tinny, but not piercing. But again, I wish that, let's turn this up. I wish the bass was a little bit more punch to it. Okay. Right here. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Nice punch on the bass there. That fadeaway is smooth. Boy, I tell you what. Too bad I don't listen to him at that level. But man, they sound very clear right there. And E40 comes in. His lyrics are nice and clear. You can hear everything he's saying. Every syllable. Woo. All right, I went over a little bit on that one. But man, you can hear everything on it. When I got up to the higher levels, that's when these headphones really started to shine. Again, these guys are a hybrid. You got a dynamic driver and a planar magnetic driver. So, and that wide soundstage too. So you get more of an audiophile type sound out of these, which is not a problem with me. I'm growing to enjoy the audiophile side of things, but I do like my bass. I do want my bass, and they do give it to you. I just wish it was a little bit more, had a little bit more punch. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to song number 3. All right, we are back in song number 3. Avrats, infected mushroom. All right, Avrats by Infected Mushroom. The name just kills me. All right, we got the Nothing Headphones 1 in. Let's get our camera flip. All right, we are there. Let's go ahead and get our cutaway. We got that too. All right, here we go. Song number 3, Headphones 1. Let's get it. Right off the bat, crisp keyboard. Nice little nugget there, that little bass nugget. It picks that up nicely. I love the echoing. It just seems like it, again, goes on forever. So nice and clear, yes. All right, now we got the rattling instrument in the right ear, moving around, showing off the soundstage. Oh, that sounds so good. Woo. All right, we got that bass in. It sounds so deep. Oh, I like it. Smooth, too. And we got the clanging instrument in the left ear. Again, moving around, just like with the rattling instrument in the right ear. Again, showing off that sound stage. Now we got the wave instrument coming in. I'm loving the spacing. You can focus on one sound or another. They don't sound like they're overlapping. Very clean. That bass I like it. I like it. All right. Man, I absolutely love that. That's so good. Let me back this up so we can get this swapped over to the FoKus Apollos. So good. All right, here we go. FoKus Apollos are locked in. Do a quick test. All right. Here we go. Song number 3, FoKus Apollos. Let's get it. Ooh, the clarity of that keyboard synthesizer. Picked up that nice little rumble nugget there. They did pick that up. And with that soundstage being wide, I feel like that echoing is just constantly, it's continuing to go. Man, that level of detail, well, it's wonderful. Okay, now we got the rattling instrument in the right ear. Again, moving around, and it's like going way over there and then coming back. It's crazy. Oh, I like this. That bass is it's how do you describe it? It's not like supple, I guess. Just nice and smooth, not overpowering, but I don't. It's a great sound. I got the clanging instrument again, like I said, in my left ear. I got the wave sound coming. It just, man, it sounds really, really, really good. All right, we gonna pause that, man. Uh, that threw me for a loop there with the bass on these headphones. When that hit, it kind of threw me for a real loop. I really didn't. I was like, wow. I mean, just all right. I'll talk about that in our next segment here. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up and get over there where we can talk about this stuff in clarity and pick our winner of this finale. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and man, this has been a great finale of a great series for the Nothing Headphones 1, and their final opponent in this one is the Noble FoKus Apollo headphones. Now, let's go ahead and quickly go through our first two songs. I want to get to that third song. First one, vocal clarity. Both of them did a fantastic job there. Both of them sound kind of low in comparison to other headphones that I have. I did have to turn the FoKus Apollos up, turn them up a couple notches, just like I had to with the headphones 1 here. But once I got them to that preferred listening, that preferred volume level, they sound great. Again, great clarity with the vocalist, great balance between the background and lead vocalist, and good separation from the two background vocalists in this song. On both of them, you got a wider sound stage here with the FoKus Apollos here, and you could definitely tell the difference when going from the Nothings to the FoKus Apollos. You could definitely tell the difference in the sound stage. But both of them did a really good job giving me nuance with the lead vocalist, the enunciation of words, her breathing rhythms, and everything like that. They both did a fantastic job picking those up. Moving on to our second song, our bass song. This is where they kind of separated, in my opinion. Well, actually, this is where they did separate, in my opinion. The bass was a lot more punch on the bass here with the Nothing Headphones 1, where if you got that wider sound stage on top of the fact that you have a hybrid system here with a dynamic driver as well as a planar magnetic driver, so you got the bass. Bass was clean, but it would sound like it was a little more recessed than I would have liked. And with that wider sound stage, kind of stretched the bass a little bit there, because usually when you get a wider sound stage in a headphone or earbud, the bass kind of takes a hit as far as its potency and its power when you're listening to a song. So you definitely want to take that. But other than that, very clean sounding. T-Pain, E40, very clean on both of these. Could hear everything they were saying, everything they were saying, all their lyrics came through. The tinniness, was smoothed out on both of them, so it really wasn't piercing with T-Pain with the auto tune. So they both did a really good job there. Then going into our third song, now this is the one I really wanted to talk about. I mean, I want to talk about all of them, but this one I really wanted to cover. And especially when it came to the FoKus Apollos. Let's go ahead and talk about the H1s, for the headphones ones first. I love the bright sound, the brightness of the sound of the synthesizer. Those keys were very crisp. They got that little bass nugget in there. They got that out. It sounded very nice, and it was separate to the right ear cup, so you only heard it there as you should have. So I really, really enjoyed that. The clanging, the rattling instrument. First, before we go that further, the echoing on just sound like it went on forever. Actually, on both of them, it did that. I absolutely love that. Now you get the clanging, the rattling instrument in the right ear cup. Again, moving around, real crisp, real clear, and everything. Then, of course, you got the bass and the clanging instrument in the left ear simultaneously. But that bass, man, it hits. It's very, very deep sounding, and that drop is just wonderful. All the bass should sound like that right out the door for these headphones. They sound really, really good. It just sound wonderful. Again, with the clanging instruments, and then you had the wave sound on top of the bass. You had great separation, so you could literally pick up and follow any sound on there if you would like to. It was a very, very well done by the headphones one. Now switching over to the FoKus Apollos. Now these guys threw me for a loop. I mentioned that before. When it came to the bass on these, let's not skip over the beginning here. The synthesizer very crisp. They picked up that little bass nugget there, had a nice little warm sound to it. Again, right in the right ear cup as it should be. The rattling instrument literally was moving around. It sounded like it was moving away from me, like it was like it was going away and then coming back. So that definitely shows off the sound stage on these guys, how wide the sound stage was, because it literally felt like it went that away and then came back, then went forward and then came back. It was, you really literally felt like it was like yo-yoing with you and everything. And that's great. I love that detail. I love being able to pick that up. And then when the bass hit, it threw me for a loop. I know that these guys are a hybrid system, and I know planar magnetic drivers are not known for great bass. They're more for your mids and highs. But you got that, and it was like a real smooth sounding bass. It didn't have the punch that the H1s, the headphones one, I want to call them H1s, I don't know why, but the headphones one gave you, but it did give you the bass presence, and it was just really, really smooth, almost like smooth jazz type of just laid back bass, and it sounded really good and very complimentary to the rest of the instruments in this song. It just sounded really, really good. Threw me for a loop because, again, with the hybrid system in there, I would think you may have a problem there with that. But man, it sound really good. The rest of the instruments, the clanging instrument, again, felt like it went way to the left of me, then came back forward and back. It was, again, really, really showing off the soundstage on these headphones, and I love the fact that it was able to do that and everything. And of course, the wave sound was on point and everything, but that bass really threw me for a loop. I liked it. It wasn't a bad thing, but it just threw me. I was like, wait a minute, that didn't sound like, you know what I mean? I just wasn't what I was expecting. So it did a really good job, to be honest with you. So with all that being said, and the caveats between these two, as far as volume goes, if I had to walk out the door with only one, if I could only choose one to go out the door with, which one would I go with? This is a tough one because the two things, the one thing that these guys have that I really, really lean on when it comes to making the decision, they both fall short in that category, and that's the volume, natural volume on these guys. They both have really, like, they sound low. that's just it. They sound low in comparison to other headphones that I have. So that's where I'm running into a little bit of difficulty there because of that. And other than that, man, this is tough. This is really tough. Very tough. Yeah, I'm at a loss here. I don't want to go and say it's a draw and end it like that. No, we gotta have a winner here. All right, let's go to overtime. Stakes wrapped in. All right, we're back in. I went in and played a couple more songs, one oldie song, Cool in the Gang, and then I went and played some jazz. And if I had to pick one, I'm gonna have to go with the FoKus Apollos on this one. I'm gonna have to pick these. Why? Because yeah, the volume is low, just like on the Nothing headphones, but I love the clarity. I love the overall sound on these. I really do. I do. I love the clarity when it comes to the mids and highs and the vocals. The mids and highs when it comes to the instruments. I get that smooth bass on these. Do I wish I had punchy bass like the Nothing headphones one? Yeah, but I understand what the system they have set up in they sound wonderful. So again, after going through a couple extra songs, I have to go with the FoKus Apollos on this one. Yeah, again, both. If you would prefer the Nothing headphones one, I wouldn't be mad either. But the last couple songs definitely separated the Apollos from the Nothing headphones, in my opinion. But these are a great pair of headphones. Absolutely love them. I'm glad I have them. I just wish they were a little bit louder naturally. That get that volume right, get that volume up. I shouldn't have to turn it way up in order to get the sound that I want. They should just be nice and at where I'm at. They should be nice and loud there. Both of them should be, in my opinion. But taking that away, I would go with the FoKus Apollos because of the overall sound on them. All right, so that will wrap up my Gauntlet Series. The winner of the finale, the FoKus Apollo headphones. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments of this episode or any episode in the Gauntlet Series or any of the Gauntlet Series I have run on this channel. I'd like to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell. I got unboxing videos coming up. I got other Gauntlet Series about to come up as well after the unboxing videos. So you definitely want to make sure you are tuned in for that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.